Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I listened to my colleague's speech. I had a constituent that wanted me to ask a question about outside interference to our democracy. Klaus Schwab is the head of the World Economic Forum, and he bragged how his subversive WEF, World Economic Forum, has, quoted, infiltrated governments around the world. He said that his organization had penetrated more than half of Canada's cabinet. And I was wondering, in the interest of transparency, could the member please name which cabinet ministers are on board with the WEF's agenda? My concern is the deputy.
Order. I know that the member was in a really good question there, but the audio is really bad and the video is really bad as well. And I apologize. I don't know if the member. Okay, let's try again. The honorable member for Timmins James Bay.
Mr. Speaker, that member is promoting open disinformation. That's not debate. We have to call out disinformation.
We'll get into debate again.
What we are very proud of now, the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina, and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more, half of this cabinet are for our actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
When I got there, this is what they told me. Marjorie, that's not how we do things. You see, they wanted me to come there. They want all the new members of Congress to come and learn.
Ooh, so talk about that. Talk about, so I mean, how did it happen? They kind of pull you aside, take you to lunch? What happens?
Well, it just comes gradually from different people. And so they have their committees, everything's set up on committees. And what you have to do is you have to vote the way the chairman or the leaders of the committees want you to vote. And that's how you're being a team player, and that's how you're doing the right thing. And if you're not doing that, then they want to minimize you. They want to punish you. They want to push you out. They do not want your bills or your voice to be,
So you're saying it's not just the Democrats doing this, it's the Republicans.
Oh, 1,000%. It's both parties. Mm-hmm. They do it. Because here's the truth, Alex. It's really a uniparty in Washington. See, there's very few people on the outliers. It's mostly a uniparty. And that's why the power that swings back and forth, the pendulum swinging back and forth, it never changes. It doesn't matter if it's Republicans in control, Democrats in control. We're still where we are.
Well, that's right. So who's more evil? Somebody like AOC that's an admitted communist that flies first class and wears $8,000 outfits, but says a hardworking mom or dad, running a business, making $50,000 a year is greedy. Is she bad because she admits she's evil? She admits she's out in the open. Or is somebody like Mitch McConnell more evil because he claims he's with us, but he makes sure that power structure stays in place?
Well, there's a big comparison there. I would say AOC is definitely anti-American. She's against our American ways. She's a communist.
She's honestly about it. Yeah.
She's honest about it, though. She'll tell you. Whereas Mitch McConnell, he lies to your face. He says he's a Republican. He's the leader in the Senate of the Republican Party, but he's married to Elaine Chao, and they're fully bought and paid for by China.
On record.
On record. And everyone knows it, but no one does anything about it.
I think what happened 1 year ago today was they saw 1 million red-blooded Americans show up to more than one event, and they knew they could not stop that level of support. So they pre-staged a way to control the outcome with pre-plotted narratives, and everyone walked right into it.
Perfectly said. And you agree with me that they're clearly creating the narrative that we're, quote, about to attack again, when obviously we don't have the motive, we don't want to. That's the last thing we want.
Absolutely. No one. Matter of fact, as we get through our segment, you'll see one of the clips I sent where people were peacefully dispersing the area without anything because they didn't want to be involved in violence. That wasn't what we were there for.
Even my kids, my daughter, they got educated. This is it is terrible. It's very violent. And it's terrorist. I don't buy it. No, you can say we need to take a look. We need to know what's going on here. So I have my daughter 2 weeks ago. we both came here to see the real story. And it turned out to be a very peaceful, happy party. There's nothing related to violence. There's nothing related to terrorism. Everything is the peaceful.
We're going to be talking to this fine lady if she's willing to talk. Hello, how are you?
If you're going to sit there and tell the other guy that January 6th was a take by the media,
Right.
we have nothing to talk about.
Okay.
You're a terrorist.
Were you there?
I'm a
Get
terrorist?
the fuck out of my face.
I'm a terrorist.
Honestly, get the fuck out of my face.
Okay, sure, no problem. Wow. Wow,
He is not a fan of freedom, you know what? And that type of attitude isn't going to win you any fan, you know, unless you're some sort of social justice Marxist.
She called me a terrorist.
She can go suck on a big freedom dog.